Hello everybody, welcome back to the woo woo room. Today we are going to do our full moon in Taurus reading real quick. The last reading I did, something came up about the Taurus and Scorpio axis, and there was something that I also addressed today with a client about the Taurus and Scorpio axis, where they're opposite signs. And right now we are in Scorpio season, and we obviously have a full moon in Taurus. So it's interesting with signs that oppose each other, because you see polarities, right? Like Taurus wants to be comfortable and stable and secure, and it goes for what it's like, go for what you know. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Sometimes even like the stubborn side of Taurus is like, even if it is broke, this is what we know, this is what we're comfortable with, so this is what we're going to continue to do, because change and transformation is hard, right? And then we have Scorpio, which is all about death, rebirth, renewal, transformation. So it's about, it's also about power and control. And the retrograde series that I did over the summer, we talked about Pluto retrograde, I believe. And one of the things that I always mention when talking about Pluto and Scorpio energy is when we're dealing with power and control, in our patriarchal, capitalist society, power is typically seen as something that, is like bulldozing your way through something and forcing the outcome that you want. And as a very Plutonian woman myself, like I have a Venus in Scorpio, I have a fifth, like all these planets in my fifth house, which is in Scorpio as well. And my daughter is a Scorpio. I have a North Node in Scorpio. Like, my Pluto's in Scorpio. I have so much Scorpio energy to me. And through my life, I've gone through many deaths and rebirths and transformations. And one of the main things that I've learned through that is that I'm not here to control people's situations and outcomes. I can only control myself, and I can set a standard. I can identify what my values are. I can state what my requirements are. And if I don't like how someone is treating me, if I don't like, what is going on in a situation or experience or environment, I can't control the situation, experience, environment, or person. I can only remove myself or choose to respond differently. I can only control myself. Also, if Scorpio, being that it is about death, rebirth, and transformation, if you see things around you falling apart, which what we say in the tarot community is like you're having a tower moment. Let me find the tower card so you guys can kind of get a clear picture of that. But if you're having a tower moment, a moment in life that looks and feels like this, where everything is falling apart, and this is not a firm foundation, right? This is not something that is built to last. People at the top are falling and plummeting to the bottom. There's a storm going on. There's a fire happening. It's the upheaval, and even before the tower card is the devil card. So self-sabotage, the outcome or the consequences of our actions. When you find yourself in a tower moment in life, the best thing that you can do is surrender and let it burn. Let it all burn to hell. Let it burn, because then from the ashes rises the phoenix, right? So the message that I was getting was kind of a reiteration of, what is comfortable, stable, and familiar may not be what's best for you. And we're about to go through another very big collective shift with Pluto moving into Aquarius. And I believe that there's going to be a trine or a sextile with Uranus. So this is going to be a time of, of transformation as well for us as a collective. So don't resist. Don't fight it. You know, it's not time to go for what you know. It's time to surrender what isn't working anymore, or what, you know, whatever it is. Like, there's a version of you that is ready to die. There's a way that you've looked at things or handled situations or certain experiences that you've had over and over and over again that you have handled a certain way. And it's time. It's time. Okay. So we're going to pull cards. I always say this isn't going to be a long reading, but who knows? I try to keep it at 45 minutes. I hope everybody's doing well and taking care of yourselves. I had a pretty decent cry today. I'm just kind of in a place personally where, like, my heart is very full because I've been through, like, my Saturn return has been returning and it's been quite a journey. I feel like I need some chapstick, Jesus. Hold on. I need some chapstick for my Christy Chris. Ow, Jesus. Okay. Alrighty. Y'all see my boot? My lemon pepper stepper in the background. I love Bliss Text. I used to be a Carmex girly, but Bliss Text gives you that, like, comforting medicated chapstick feeling, and it doesn't smell weird like Carmex does. Anyway, okay. Thank you, God, Universe, Source, Creator, Eternal One. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this time. Thank you for this moment right here, right now. Thank you for my gifts and the opportunity, the resources, and the platform to use them. Right now, I ask that you would create in me a clean heart and renew a right spirit within me. Allow the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart to be acceptable in thy sight. My strength and my redeemer. If anything is said of my mouth that is not a reflection of the truth or of the highest expression of love, may it be forgotten and may it be forgiven. Clear me of any and all biases, perceptions, anything that is not unto the collective's highest possible good. Prepare my vessel to be used by the Spirit. Right now, I give thanks for the ancestors, for we are because you were. And right now, I call forward our ancestors, both known and unknown, ancestral caregivers, guardian angels, ascended masters, spirit guides, and familiars that are working and walking with us and wish to be present for this offering. Right now, I ask that the spirits that I've called forward will create a fiery hedge of protection around this space and all those under the sound of my voice from north, south, east, west, and every space they're in and they're out. I claim in state and power and authority that no evil energy, entity, vibration, or being is permitted in or around this space at this time. If anything attempts to approach or enter this space, it will be alchemized for our highest good. Because we ain't returning to sender. We just eating that shit and transforming it. Anyway. Right now, I ask that Spirit would communicate to and through me clearly and concisely and help me connect to the collective regarding our material abundance and sustenance, the relationships closest to us, our spiritual growth path and ascension, and any other messages that Spirit deems worthy to be communicated through my vessel at this time. Spirit, we are grateful, or help me to see without my eyes and hear without my ears today, Spirit. Help me to feel, know, sense, and understand and communicate in ways that the collective will enter and understand and receive and integrate into our timeline over time with ease, peace, clarity, gratitude, support, provision, wisdom, and discernment. Spirit, we are grateful for your love, guidance, strength, support, for access to clean water, heat, food, clothing, shelter, for our inheritance as we are to inherit this earth, for all that we are afforded, given, and blessed with in this life. We acknowledge that and we acknowledge you. So glory be unto the Most High, to the ancestors, moving on our behalf in the ethers to give us present help in every situation, facet, and experience of our lives. And glory be unto our heads, our orties. May we not only reach but express our most full, unique, holy, righteous, and powerful potential, both now and forevermore. I open this reading with protection in every direction, first and foremost, with wisdom, clarity, succinctness, truth, love, and all that is righteous and holy that I have available to give from my saucer and not my cup. I give with a spirit of gratitude and joy in this moment. I say Ashe and I say amen, child. All right, 10 minutes. So let's see what it's hitting for. Messages as it pertains to the full moon in Taurus. Full moon in Taurus. I'm seeing some couples. I know Venus typically rules over, or Libra typically rules over relationships, but I'm seeing Taurus like in how we go about relationships based on what we value and not what we are in need of. This kind of brings me back to a video that I did over the summer when I was talking about like the sprinkle girls and the passport bros, and everyone's just looking for someone to sweep their floor or pay their bills or have their kids and this, that, and the third. And it's like, you know, you want to connect to somebody on a deeper level than that. Like you want to be, myself included, like we want to be in connections that are a reflection of what we truly value as our authentic selves, and not not the voids that we're looking to fill. And you know, we're looking for more than companionship. We're looking for partnership, which kind of, that was something that I heard another creator say. Y'all know I love my Queen Cup Tarot on here. Go watch her channel. But she did a video that I still have to finish watching, and she was talking about how there's a difference between a companion and a partner. You can have a companion and a dog, but a partner is someone that you build with. And companions can turn from a companion to a partner. You can have both, but you have to be very intentional about that. Okay. So, relationships are meant to transform you. You're not meant to be the same person that you were. You're supposed to be growing for the better, you know, and you can only do that if you pick a partner based on, you know, what your authentic values are. You know, like, do you value family? Do you value spirituality? Do you value knowledge and intellect? Do you value emotional awareness and intelligence? Do you value loyalty? Do you value, safety, creativity, passion, compassion, service? Like what at your core are like your values? And then you want to pick someone who you share those values with. Okay. Because then you guys can create a clear vision for the relationship and a clear, like, okay, this is the direction that we're moving in. Because a lot of the relationships out here have no direction and no vision, and like we don't know, like we're just moving through life paying bills together and having all these fucking kids, and we're not really building anything. And not in the sense that, oh, we got to build generational wealth and let's everybody be an online coach and let me show you how to do that. No, like I'm not talking about the dumb shit that you see on all over social media. I'm talking about like we're not building a deep connection. We're not like connected here, like from the heart space. Okay. And Taurus is also about, you know, like our basic physical needs. And I feel like that's the place that we relate to each other from when it comes to like romantic partnerships and even some friendships and other relationships. Like it's always about getting like a need fulfilled and not like a shallow, basic, like root chakra level need fulfilled. Not like my need for my heart to be aligned with yours, or my need for truthful and honest communication from my throat space, or sharing a common vision, and having, having compatible types of intellect. Okay. Let me actually pull some cards here. Taurus. This is a Taurus, Saturn and Taurus. The Seven of Pentacles. We're working on something. What is this? Nine of Cups. Nine of Pentacles. Seven of Cups. Knight of Pentacles. And the Page of Cups. Okay. We got a lot of cups and a lot of pentacles. So this is dealing with emotions, and this is dealing with material, the earth realm. Let's see. Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles. Okay. Anyway, Seven of Pentacles, vision, perseverance, profit, reward, investment. The quote, live your life each day as you would climb a mountain. An occasional glance toward the summit keeps the goal in mind, but many beautiful scenes are to be observed from each new vantage point. Climb slowly, steadily, enjoying each passing moment, and the view from the summit will serve as a fitting climax for the journey. I said I did a reading with a good friend and client today, and something that I saw on the internet came up, and it was, be where your feet are. This is giving, like, we got to appreciate the journey. Taurus is a sign that really takes its time. Okay. And things will, like, it's a full moon in Taurus. So things will come, like, just like the cycles of the moon. Everything has its time and its season. The climax or the ending or the moment of arrival is nice, but there's so many important things along the way. All of these pentacles matter. All of these pentacles matter. It's not just the 10th pentacle that matters. You know what I mean? Be in the process. Be present in the process of whatever it is that you're working on or investing in. Okay. Progress, however, of the best kind is comparatively slow. Great results cannot be achieved at once. Rome was not built in a day. And we must be satisfied to advance in life as we walk step by step. So I'm hearing, this is kind of about taking things more slowly and not rushing. I feel like some of us are, like, working towards something. Some of us are, like, for me, I have been, like, in prayer about, what it is that I actually really want. Because I feel like my slate has kind of been wiped clean. And I have to be more, for me personally, like, I have to be more present in the process of figuring that out, and enjoying, the time where I don't really necessarily know the answer of what it is that I'm going to do yet. There is a time and a season for everything. And with the Taurus full moon, we also kind of want to balance with Scorpio energy, and Scorpio energy is about surrendering to the unknown. We're in Scorpio season, so this is about transformation and surrendering to the unknown, not necessarily taking that leap and not necessarily knowing, where we're going to land or how we're going to land, but we know that we're going to land, and we are enjoying the fall. It's giving free falling. Before the reward, there must be labor. You plant before you harvest. You sow in tears before you reap joy. And today, for me, was like I was talking in my last video and a little bit on my Instagram story today about how, that was the other day, actually, I posted that, but about how I noticed, like, my emotions really reflect lunar activity. And typically around the full moon, it's very emotionally climactic and like cathartic for me. Like I usually have a nice big cry, and then I have to take a nap and get some rest, and then I want to maybe create some things like I'm doing today. And today I had my full moon cry, and it was quite literally, before the reward, there must be labor. You plant before you harvest. You sow in tears before you reap in joy. And today I cried my tears of joy. Like today was such a full circle moment for me where I realized how much that I had been through. And I think I might actually read that journal entry to you guys real quick. Hold up. I never read my journal on the internet, but we're gonna do it today. Okay. Let me read this to y'all. This was just kind of me. Okay. Today I'm thinking about Today I'm thinking about how far I have come from last year, 2 years ago, 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago. And I'm so full of gratitude and thankfulness. Shit, even 5, 6 months ago before my major surgery in March, when I was working myself too hard, I was in a shelter 2 summers ago. And now I'm in a place that I love with a great landlord. Everything has worked out so nicely. I went through so much, and all of it was worth it. All of it was worth it. Every moment, all the pain, the loss, the destruction, the death of the life I once had and the woman I once was. I appreciate and am so grateful to myself for not giving up, for being so strong. Not just strong in the sense that I bulldozed my way through those dark times, but that I cried, was depressed, complained, had anxiety, faced disappointment, fear, shame, anger, embarrassment, and exhaustion. I was frustrated, all of it, and I'm still here. I didn't let those experiences make me into some bitter, angry person. I love myself. I'm alive. I made it. And I'm here. Thank you, Jesse, for not giving up. Thank you for being here for me. Thank you for your strength, courage, and your awareness, and your brilliance and resilience. Thank you for making better, safer, healthier choices. Thank you for celibacy. Thank you for celibacy, for sobriety, for eating apples, for taking baths and taking care of your teeth. And for exercising. Thank you for praying and washing your face at night. Thank you for eating veggies and paying all of your bills on time. You're doing a lot of things well. You're doing a lot of things right. And I appreciate you and respect you, and I love you. You deserve everything amazing and beautiful that the universe has for you. Love, Jesse. And my inner child, who I named Little Miss Sunshine. But yeah, this kind of reminds me of, where like being in what I went through, like those actual moments where I was in the shelter, where I was moving out of my apartment because niggas was busting my windows, and where, I was in the abusive relationship. Like this is the journey of becoming. Okay. This is the journey of the test of, do you really have what it takes to keep going? And I'm hearing, like, for some of you, you are so close. You are so close. You don't even know how fucking close you are to literal wish fulfillment, honey. You don't know how close you are to wish fulfillment. Be grateful. 9 of Pentacles talks about gratitude. She's looking over everything that she's built for herself. And no, she's not the 10 of Pentacles yet, but she still has all of this going for her. She has a little bit of coin. She has a beautiful house that you can see far off in the background. She's stable. She's secure. Be grateful for what you have instead of always, trying to be on to the next thing. Because I'm hearing that if you have gratitude for what you have, it will somehow give you the clarity on what to move towards next. If you can actually value and appreciate what you have now, you'll understand how to build off of those values. Okay? I just read my journal on the internet. Hold on. Okay. Back to the book. Okay. Anyway. The Seven of Pentacles portrays a young man taking a rest from the difficult work of harvesting his abundant crop. He's been laboring long and hard in this garden. The foliage is full and the blossoms are out. Hold on. It seems his work has paid off. He gazes immediately at the pentacles hanging from the rich greenery of the thicket in which he works and seems to be contemplating the value of his efforts. I'm hearing some of you questioning, like, because you've been working so long and so hard, it's like you're not quite where you want to be and you're thinking about giving up. When if you do that, you're just going to fuck yourself. I'm telling you right now. Like, you're just going to fuck yourself. There's a time and a season, and if it hasn't happened yet, then it's not time yet. That doesn't mean give up. That doesn't mean throw in the towel, okay? He's finally taking a break to admire his handiwork and the benefits of his labor. The Seven of Pentacles shows you that you have a strong desire to invest in those things that will provide long-term benefit. Also with Taurus, I'm hearing like, you know, that the things that you do every day, Taurus rules over value, and it also rules over, like, you know how people say time is money? The real currency is time. How you spend your time, you're purchasing your life experience with how you spend your time. So how you spend your time matters. And it's those like little things that you do every day. You get up, you brush your teeth every day, you floss every night, you're going to have good teeth in the long run. You pay your bills on time, you're going to have good credit. You know what I mean? This is about like, you know, what you're doing and the habits that you're building and how you're spending your time. Okay? You understand the value of putting time and energy now for long-term rewards. You are not necessarily looking for quick wins. And I feel like this is kind of like a level up in our heart space. Because the heart, I'm hearing like the heart wants what it wants. And like sometimes when, you know, how do I articulate this? The heart wants what it wants. And sometimes we will do anything to get it. But this isn't about like selling out so that you can have what you want, because that shit, like anything that's not built on a foundation of integrity, honesty, righteousness, you know, if you're doing the quick get rich quick schemes, you out here scamming people, you out here lying to yourself, trying to build a relationship with somebody that that you know ain't never going to work, like you can't build anything on a shaky foundation. So this is kind of about the collective upgrading to release the need for like immediate, like a quick payout, the easy way out, like, you know, not like trying to avoid the consequences of your action, shit like that. Like what goes around comes around, you reap what you sow. You know what I mean? If you're not putting in the time, if you're not putting in the effort, then you're not going to get the result that you want. Okay. I'm going to come off of that because we're already at 28 minutes and 9 of Cups. 9 of Cups talks about wish fulfillment. So there's a lot of 9s here. There's a lot of 9s here. Well, there's 2. Oh, my neck is tight. Oh. And 9s are symbolizing like you are close. You're close to the 10. So just keep going. The Knight of Pentacles is also the only knight in the deck that's guaranteed to make it to his destination to become the king. Shout out, what is her name? Southern Belle Tarot. I learned that tip from her. So we are very well on the track to, we are on the right path. We just passed through the 1111 portal. That was a reading I did the other day. And if you're like me and you've been seeing 1111 everywhere, then that's kind of a sign that you're on the right path. So, we have things to look forward to. Things are coming. Good things are coming. Okay. Okay. Nine of Cups. Wishes fulfilled, comfort, happiness, and satisfaction. Earth provides enough to satisfy every man's need, but not every man's greed. Mahatma Gandhi. Happiness does not come from doing easy work, but the afterglow of satisfaction that comes after the achievement of a difficult task. Okay, after putting that fucking work in, bro. That demanded our best. Do not spoil what you have by desiring what you have not. Remember that what you have now was once the only thing that you'd hoped for. That's a fact. Okay. The Nine of Cups. A portly middle-aged man sits on a wooden bench with his arms crossed in contentment. He's dressed smartly and wears an expression of true satisfaction on his face, and his red headdress symbolizes an active mind. Behind him is a wall with 9 golden cups arranged in structured, well-organized arch. A man enjoys success both materially and spiritually and represents the fulfillment realized after the accomplishment of our deepest desires. The nine represents personal integrity and completion. So not selling out, not taking the easy way out, or the final stage of development. The final stage may bring certain problems with it, and past experiences and methods of coping become important here and are an intrinsic part of the meaning attached to the nines. Thus, the Nine of Cups shows a tendency to daydream and enjoy the pleasures of life. You are likely to spend more time thinking about big ideas and grand schemes for an ideal lifestyle than doing the work that you need to do right now to execute those ideas. I'm just hearing stay focused. Don't be so be where your feet are. Don't be trying to be 5, 10, 15 steps ahead. You play yourself out of your blessings and you miss opportunities and lessons and little nuggets that are right in front of your face when you do that. You also miss opportunities to help people when you do that. I'm hearing. Let's see. While it is good to think big, you also need to balance this with action to ensure that you can fulfill your dreams. More generally, the Nine of Cups reflects happiness in all areas such as health, finances, work, love, or relationships. After the difficult choices of the 7 and the stagnation of the 8, the cup suit starts to balance out with the 9. One of the most positive emotional, physical... One of the most positive and uplifting cards of the entire deck. The 9 shows satisfaction on all levels, emotional, physical, and sensual. It is no wonder that many tarot readers refer to this card as the wish card, as its appearance often takes as a sign that whatever your heart's desire, it shall be granted in the coming days or weeks. I'm hearing maybe months to a year, because we have a lot of pentacles and we have a lot of cups. It's not a lot of fire happening. So these are things that are really going to take time, okay? More as a cups card, the 9 usually refers to an emotionally fulfilling situation, such as the strengthening of a romantic bond, the solidification of a friendship, or the consummation of a sexual relationship. It shows joy and happiness are within your grasp. So if you work toward it and you are grateful for what you have, you will make it to your destination and you will have wish fulfillment. This may require you to walk away from, again, this Taurus full moon is not about what can I do more of? I think it's what can I do less of? What do I need to cut out? Where am I being stubborn? What kind of Taurian attributes am I showing that don't serve me? What aspect of Taurus, do I need to refine, and kind of shift in. This is also, I'm hearing like we need to go back to the drawing board, because I feel like for the final stretch of the race, so to speak, or this, for the final touches of whatever it is that we're manifesting, we're going to be required to take all of the knowledge that we've learned through the process of bringing this into fruition and apply it, which is going to cause a big shift, and it will help us to be a good container for the blessing. So along the way, when you're manifesting things, you change things about yourself, you become an energetic match, and in that process you become a new person. So this is kind of like walking away from the things that you have done before, the things that aren't working. You know, people be saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Meanwhile, they're ignoring that, you know, it's not complete, like it's broken. It is broken. It's just not completely broken down, and you can still get some use out of it. Like we be trying to squeeze and milk situations until, you know, until it blows up in our face. And we be getting those messages that we need to walk away and we need to release and we need to, you know, pivot and move in a different direction. But until something gets so fucking bad that we literally can't stay anymore, we'll fuck around and find out. And that's not gonna work, okay? Anyway, the Nine of Cups is also about counting your blessings, living in the moment, enjoying the good things that life has to offer. Start or end the day by creating a mental list of 3 things you're most grateful for. You'll find that over time, you indeed have a lot to be happy about, and it may increase your feeling of deep contentment and fulfillment. The Nine of Cups represents stability and advancement. The card signals delight and pleasure, contentment with what you have accomplished so far, and forms a steady foundation for the future. Your worries are all in the past, and you can look forward to a bright future. So this is kind of like just as encouraging and kind of going hand in hand with the 11/11 portal reading I did. Like we're on the right track. We just got to keep it up. We're doing good. We are doing good. And I'm also hearing, you know, some of you guys got to start acknowledging yourself, like in the things that you're doing right. Like write a list of what you appreciate about yourself and how you show up for yourself and the things that you do well. Because just because you're not like at the 10 of Pentacles and at the 10 of Cups, which is like total wish fulfillment, like you be acting like you don't have shit going for you, or like you're just this fuck up and you can't do nothing right. I think it was 37 when I said that too. Anyway, I'm kind of moving a little bit fast because I don't be wanting to do hour and 30-minute readings because they're so hard to upload. All right, next is the 8 of Cups. Okay, we have somebody walking away, leaving some things. This is definitely Scorpio season. Escapism, disappointment, abandonment, and withdrawal. Quotes, this is not a problem that we can turn away from. We must be prepared to face it. We must not let the sensible reluctance to fight drive us into wishful thinking. Focus more on your desire than your doubt, and the dream will take care of itself. You may be surprised at how easily this happens. Your doubts are not as powerful as your desires unless you make them so. Whatever you are trying to avoid will not go away until you confront it. Saturn in Pisces is all about that. I'm not going to go into that right now, but the 8 of Cups is a card of change and transition. The card evokes an immediate reaction of sadness and sense of solitude. The young man in this card has turned his back on all he has accumulated or accomplished before. He disappears into the night, into a barren, difficult terrain with only a cloak on his back and staff in his hand. The character in the 8 of Cups has lived and experienced life's joys and sorrows. His journey is undertaken because of a sense of restlessness and unhappiness experienced as the result of achieving all he's desired. Some of you guys want to start over. Like for some of us, we're so close to wish fulfillment. And then for some of us, we've wished for things and we've gotten that wish, and now it's not what we want. We realize that this is not a reflection of like a wish that I wished when I was being authentic and honest with myself. These were things that, you know, I thought that I should have, or things that I thought would make me happy. but really I'm missing really just one thing. I'm missing just one thing. And I think that is the courage to go out and plant something new. You see how that land is, it's not barren, it's fertile. Okay, so it's like, you know, I got all these things and they're not making me happy. So I need to walk away and go build something new. The individual has chosen to forsake the familiar and the comfortable in the pursuit of higher goals. He's embarking upon the spiritual journey because he has not found deep satisfaction in the things of the world, the things with which he's familiar. And like I said, Taurus is all about, you know, what's stable, comfortable, and familiar. But what is stable, comfortable, and familiar might not always be the best thing for you. Sometimes transformation is the best thing for you, okay? And you can have all the worldly possessions that you want. You know, Taurus is about I have this car, and I have this house, and I have this partner, and I have, you know, this family, and I have this job, and I have these friends, and I have, you know, these hobbies, and you know, but none of it is doing it for me. I have this whole spiritual practice that I've set up, and it's not doing it for me anymore. I've invested all of this into this, and it's just not doing it for me anymore. So when you feel that way, for some of you, you need to be grateful for what you have, because you're in the process of having it all. And then some of you have it all and you're realizing that this is not really emotionally fulfilling or spiritually fulfilling. The Eight of Cups indicates that it's time to ask yourself what you can do to bring a deeper satisfaction and joy into your life beyond the obvious pursuit of material satisfaction and or physical enjoyment. You're seeking deeper meaning to life and focusing on your personal truth. So I'm hearing for some of us, like, we need to get up off social media, because it'll tell you, like, you know, if you're a man, you need to have a badass wife and a fast ass car and a shiny ass watch and a thick chain, and you got to be, you know, over 6 feet, and you should have like all like it. Social media be making us keep up with the Joneses and try to, you know, have what everyone else thinks that we should have, and looking at other people and be like, I want that for myself. But at this point, I don't want anything that God doesn't have for me. And one of my prayers has actually been, if it doesn't come from you, I don't want it. And I don't want anything that's not for me, that's not part of my destiny, that I'm not meant to have. I don't want anything before I'm supposed to have it. And I don't want anything that is for somebody else or anything that anybody else has. Okay. Let me come off of it. Nine of Pentacles, gratitude, okay? Knight of Pentacles, building on fertile soil. Yeah, I think I'm gonna cut it there, because I'm not gonna stress myself out trying to make this an hour. But happy full moon in Taurus, you guys. Be grateful for what you have. What is comfortable and familiar for you might not be what's best for you. Keep going. Don't give up on yourself. You're closer to wish fulfillment than you think that you are. And behave. And be real. Behave and be real, okay? I love you guys. Till next time. Bye.